So what is pressure exerted by a fluid? See, pressure is defined as the normal force exerted by a fluid per unit area. See, in this figure you can see there is a 60 kilogram man exerts a pressure of 0.6 into 10 raised to 4 Newton per meter square. You can see this pressure, and on the right side you can see that it is a 120 kilogram man. The pressure exerted by the ground on his body is 1.2 into 10 raised to 4. So the pressure is defined as force divided by area, the area at which the force is acting. So what are the units of pressure? So commonly used units of pressure are Pascal, bar, and Newton per meter square. The SI unit is Newton per meter square, and 1 Pascal is equal to 1 Newton per meter square. And another commonly used unit is bar. So 1 bar is equal to 10 raised to 5 Pascal, and 1 atmosphere is equal to 1.01325 bar, or in other terms it is 1.01325 into 10 raised to 5 Newton per meter square. So atmospheric pressure normally will be equal to 1 bar. So what is gauge pressure and vacuum pressure? The actual pressure at a given position is called the absolute pressure, and it is measured related to the absolute vacuum. So that means at this point it will be zero pressure. But most pressure measuring devices, however, are calibrated to read zero in the atmosphere. And so they indicate the difference between absolute pressure and the local atmospheric pressure. The difference is called the gauge pressure. Pressures below atmospheric pressure are called vacuum pressures and are measured by vacuum gauges. The vacuum gauges indicate the pressure difference between the atmospheric pressure and the absolute pressure. So this is the gauge pressure. This is the pressure measured above the atmosphere. So absolute pressure will be at this point will be equal to gauge pressure plus atmospheric pressure. See, absolute gauge and vacuum pressures are all positive quantities and are related to each other by the following equations. So the equations are, that means P gauge is equal to P absolute minus P atmosphere. You can see that here. This is the absolute pressure and this is the gauge pressure. So P absolute minus P gauge will give you the atmospheric pressure, and P vacuum is equal to P atmosphere minus P absolute. So at this point, if we take this point, the absolute pressure is P absolute here and atmospheric pressure is P atmosphere. So you can see that P atmosphere minus P absolute will give you the vacuum pressure. Okay, this is how the absolute pressure, vacuum pressures and atmospheric pressures are related to each other.